Karl Anthony Towns was on the podcast with Patrick Beverly, and they were talking about a lot of things, man. We gotta get into it another day too about some things they were talking about on this podcast, man. But one of the things they talked about was who's the best center in the game today, basically. Pat Beverly gave his flowers to why he thinks Cat is the best in the game, and what we're about to listen to now is Cat's response to this. Really.
I mean, I just feel like I'm gonna put it like this. I feel like when my time's up and I retire and I put the shoes up and I say, you know what, Pat, me, the kids and the wife, we gonna head out to the sunset and enjoy life. I feel like there's gonna be people who are gonna say, you know, that I changed the game, and I'm gonna be very appreciative of that.
That's gangster.
Everything's up for stipulation, and you know what I like to say is that no matter when this is all over, that there's gonna be kids coming up saying that they're going to be able to play a different way because I played in NBA and did it a different way.
That was Cat on where you think he'll stand, basically, at the end of all this. So, all right, man. So, I mean, fair. Okay. As far as like centers in the game that can space the floor, Cat can play inside out, right? But when we talk about game changers, we're talking about those that literally change the game to a certain degree. Like, all right, Shaq, literally a game changer, literally changing rules for this man. Will Chamberlain, game changer. The most recent game changer, Steph Curry, literally changed the game.
Yeah.
Those are game changers, and most of the time, with game changers, they have success. They're doing too much. They're like, so you have to make different rules for them. Okay, like that's changing the game. Literally.
100%.
At AI, like there are certain game changers, and they have success. Dude,
Yeah.
Cat, I love you as a person, man, but like, I would not put game changer as a descriptor of where you're at right now. Like, potentially, Cat has so much potential, bro. So much potential. We said that coming out the draft. But and granted, he can shoot. Granted, he can do that. But I can argue right now, Nikola Jokic is more of a game changer than what Cat is right now. That's just me. So that's just my thing, man. Change what? I mean, the only thing that can make that statement accurate is if he's talking about like 2K or something. Like, I'm literally changing the game here to another game in my system. Like, that's the only thing I can think of, man. As far as the game of basketball, nah, bro. I respectfully disagree. That's what I'm gonna say. What are your thoughts on Karl Anthony Towns' comments, bro?
Well, he said at the end of the day, meaning assuming he's talking about the end of his basketball career as a professional athlete, which we know, I think he has some years to go, and I think he can, he's got some time to prove that. But we look at the current resume, he hasn't really changed the game.
Nope.
Like when I'm thinking, like you said, you talk about the Shaqs, the Kareems, the AIs, the Stephs, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, the stuff that we're doing in the game is because of these guys.
Exactly.
Did this so well that we had to make a new wave of things. And right. Karl Anthony Towns hasn't done that. I know he's had that famous quote of he's the best shooting big man or best shooting big man ever. And I'm thinking like, well, you didn't really start that. You didn't perfect it. If I look at who really I think about Dirk when I think about the big man shooting. Like,
yep.
There's no
Dirk did. Yep.
Dirk's 7-foot fadeaway. mid-range, three, off the dribble, catch and shoot, whatever you wanted to do. Karl Anthony Towns isn't that. And I'm not saying he's not a good player. He is, but Cat hasn't really, to me, made the impact of a Dirk or anybody like that. Like you said, there's a certain level of success that comes with those people who have changed the game. And Karl Anthony Towns hasn't won a playoff series, from what I understand. If you want to count the play-in,
Nope.
sure.
I don't think
Oh
so.
yeah. So
They haven't. They made it. They
he
made it to
hasn't
the
won a
playoffs, but they
playoff
haven't won.
series ever.
Right. Never.
You haven't really shown up in the times that your team probably needed you. A lot of the time, I'm not trying to like have a diss on this man,
I'm sorry, bro.
but this man
I just-
can't even stay in the game because of foul trouble. Like
Sure.
90% of the time I've watched the Timberwolves, Karl Anthony Towns fouls out. I don't know if that's the right adjective to call him at this point.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
down
remember
the
this.
line.
I remember the
But not
first
right
came
now.
out, bro. I read this is the same dude that got beat and punked during the scrimmage game at practice by Jimmy Butler, bro. You change the game.
No, no, he hasn't changed the game. Hopefully he could, make an impact, because the dude is a good basketball player. He's a all-star threat for most of the time when he's healthy. Like, he can be.
Right.
It's just that he hasn't really made that much of a difference on winning.
Nope.
It's hard to really say. Like you said, all the guys we named have been either champions, won at some level, got to the finals.
Had success, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Even individual success. Like,
I can't be mad at his confidence. He's a very confident dude, and I respect that. But at the same time, if you're gonna say that, you need to go back it up, and you need to go change something, because everything that I've seen compared to what you're like aspiring to be, that's a good thing. But this ain't it.
Exactly.
And I say that out of love, because I feel like you said, when we saw him at Kentucky, I was like, this dude is elite.
Yeah.
And he still is. If he would just play
is.
and play the right way and win, I think he could be very much a game changer if he finds his way. Right now, he ain't there. So
No,
not yet.
Not yet, man. I feel like the first thing he needs is a more stable coach that can help bring that out. Because unfortunately, he's been in a situation where he's had different coaches. He hasn't had that stability like some of these other stars have, but at the same time, it's like you just gotta see it, man. Like I believe he can do it.
Yeah.
He can potentially do it.